All right, it's main event time right here at NGW. Father and son tag team combination of Bobby and Dylan Eaton, along again with Brett Wolverton at ringside. They're going to be taking on multiple-time tag team champions in the NWA, and it's Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. I'll tell you what, these guys have competed all over the NWA, the old AWA, WWE, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, the old Mid-South wrestling areas, all over the place. Bobby Eaton has been very successful with partners like Dennis Condrey and Stan Lane in the past. WCW even teamed up with Arn Anderson for a little while. And nowadays, Bobby Eaton has got his young son, Dylan Eaton, as his partner. They've had some success in the Carolinas and in Tennessee as a tag team. All right, Bobby Eaton taking an arm drag from Ricky Morton. Bobby Eaton and the Rock and Roll Express know each other really, really well. You know, in the past, maybe once or twice, Dylan Eaton's been in the ring once, I think, with Ricky Morton singles matches. Once or twice, I can't recall, but he's met him. But, you know, Bobby Eaton, I'm sure, can lend the experience and mentor his son and show him all his dirty tricks. There's no question about that. Rock and Roll Express, though, on the other hand, man, you're talking about one of the best tag teams of all time. You know, you can go back in time with great teams like the Andersons, like the British Bulldogs, the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, and others. You know, it's debatable on who is the best tag team ever. Wait a minute, Bobby Eaton ran into a punch of Ricky Morton and ran into a punch of Robert Gibson, and Ricky Morton's got him on the run. Man, I'll tell you what, confusion. But all kind of action. All right, Bobby Eaton up. Bobby Eaton is up, and I'll tell you what, he's looking at Robert Gibson, and he's talking about Gibson punching him while he was on that apron. And we know he did it, but the crowd loved it. No question about that. You know, I got to admit it's illegal, but, hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know, we know that Bobby Eaton will throw a punch or two, and there he just did it. Ricky Morton down on one knee. I think this is just the beginning right here, fans. This is no disqualification, no time limit. Got to be a winner right here. All right, Gibson getting the crowd going. Morton and Eaton being a little bit slow here, tentative. When you know each other as well as they do as opponents, you gotta be taking your time because you know each other's every move. Bobby Eaton has Ricky Morton in the corner, and I don't believe we'll get a clean break here. I don't think so. I'm right. He haymakered him. Bobby Eaton in the corner. Ricky Morton about to punch him, but referee blocks that punch. But Morton snuck in a punch. I think the referee needs to change his tune here. I mean, it's no disqualification. All right, Robert Gibson going to tag in for the first time. All right, Gibson waiting on Eaton to come out of that corner. Rock and Roll Express been teaming off and on for quite some time, and lately in the Carolinas, Rick Morton has been in singles action a lot, though. Gibson has competed in Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, that area, a lot as a singles. But when these two reunite, and trust me, they have reunited for a series of matches, they've still got that explosive tag team work that made them so popular and so successful. All right, Bobby Eaton and Robert Gibson lock up. We got a tag. Dylan Eaton comes in. Robert Gibson almost double teamed, but he got away. Bobby and Dylan Eaton were about to get Robert Gibson in a bad situation there. All right, Dylan Eaton and Robert Gibson lock up. Eaton with a headlock and is set off the ropes with tackle. Down goes Robert Gibson. Dylan Eaton looking very good here tonight. Rick Morton acknowledging the crowd here, who are very pro Rock and Roll Express. Well, these guys were very successful in the NWA. All right, Dylan Eaton again with a headlock. Eaton goes over Gibson. Wait a minute. Hip toss, and Dylan Eaton gets the best of Robert Gibson. Well, that's kind of a surprise. All right, Robert Gibson on one knee. Gibson up on a knee, and he's consulting Morton. I know that Robert Gibson had to be really thrown off by the fact that Dylan Eaton is on top of it. I mean, this is honestly about the best I've seen Dylan Eaton looking probably his whole career. I don't know whether he's been getting tips with his dad or they've been working out or tagging and I didn't know about it or what, but the Eatons are doing quite well here tonight. All right, Dylan Eaton with a headlock on Robert Gibson. Shot to the side. Gibson set for the ride off the ropes. Robert Gibson just gave Bobby Eaton a punch. He's got Dylan Eaton up, body slam. Now the Eatons are in trouble here. Tag. Morton comes in. Oh, big chop. A big chop. Dylan Eaton goes flying to the mat. All right, Ricky Morton now, he got him in a headlock. Morton about to be sent for the ride. Goes over. Bobby Eaton giving a shot to Rick Morton. Morton taking a shot again. Morton now being choked on that middle rope. Dylan Eaton is giving him a fit. Brett Wolverton interfering. We saw Brett out here in the match with the Barbarian and Buff Bagwell. You got to watch out for Brett Wolverton. Dylan Eaton giving Ricky Morton a fit with a punch. Dylan Eaton has been a surprise factor in this match because he and Bobby Eaton have been doing very well as a tag team. I think better than I expected and way better than the Rock and Roll Express expected. Bobby Eaton has Ricky Morton in trouble. He's got him on that middle rope. He's got him in trouble here. Dylan Eaton choking Ricky Morton. Man, Ricky Morton needs a tag in the worst way. Crowd getting behind Rock and Roll Express for sure. Rick Morton goes head first in the turnbuckle. Morton and Eaton exchanging punches. Rick Morton tags. Robert Gibson comes in, cleans house. Dylan Eaton grazed by a kick. We got all four men in the ring. But Gibson and Dylan Eaton in the corner. Bobby Eaton coming after Robert Gibson. Keep in mind, this is no disqualification. Eaton and Rick Morton exchanging punches. Brett Wolverton on the apron. Wait a minute, here comes the Orange Crush. And we got NGW security taking him out of here. Double drop kick. Rock and Roll Express get the win. And Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson get the win in a very hard-fought battle.